Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the WildWeiler Weekly Wrap. It has been 2 weeks since my last vlog, mainly because I caught a big sad and honestly just didn't have the energy to make a vlog every week. And that's okay. Sometimes you need to take a break, and that's me telling anybody who needs to hear that if I can take a break, you can take a break. Like, it's okay. It happens sometimes. So what did I do during my 2 weeks? Well, mostly, I played a lot of video games. Weirdly enough, I beat Saints Row, the 2022 version. Now, for those of you that didn't know, Saints Row got a reboot in 2022, and it's not super great. It doesn't live up to, say, Saints Row 1 or Saints Row 2, which a lot of people were really hoping from a reboot to come back to the origins that really gave a game that was like Grand Theft Auto, but not Grand Theft Auto, if that makes sense. Anyways, it has some bugs on PC, and the interface can be very confusing. There's a couple of mechanics that, honestly, I just ignored through the whole game, but the game wants you to pay attention to. Like, there's perk points and attributes, and for the most part, if you're just pointing your guns at the enemy, you don't really need a lot of that stuff. So that was a little weird. And in the way that sort of bad GTA clones are, it had a big open world that didn't have a lot of fun open world activities in it. They were very chore-like. But, why did I beat it then, if you ask? Well, because at the end of the day, it was fun. Like, it has this really wacky, ripped straight from the writer's room of the Fast and the Furious storyline where it's all about family. And, like, I don't know, it was cheesy and not self-aware enough that I really, really liked it. There's an entire series of optional side quests that are like a city-wide LARP event that's a just bonkers cross between sort of Conan the Barbarian and Mad Max. And honestly, as I was doing that, like, that is what got me back to the game. I started the first one of those, and then the next day, I just played it again, and I knew that these quests were the thing that was going to see me through the game. So I was sort of spacing out these optional quests because I was just so happy about them. They were just so great and so fun. These little virtual LARP nonsense things, to the point where it's like, this should have been the whole game. Not even necessarily a LARP. Like, it could have been a LARP. That would be kind of fun to play a game that's 2 layers deep, where you're playing a, somewhat life sim, but that thing important to the person in the life sim is the LARP. Like, that would be kind of fun. But even if, like, this was the game, and we took it a little bit more seriously, like, they already had vehicular combat, slamming vehicles right and left and like charging and ramming and stuff. So very the Mad Max part. You already had the weapon combat, including melee weapons. So like that could have been the game. You made an open world. I know that like maybe original properties aren't super in right now. That's why this is like the fifth. Yeah, I think this is the 5th Saints Row game, mainline. If you don't count Get Out of Hell. If you do count Get Out of Hell, it's the 6th. So, but it would have been so cool. Volition, call me. I'm a fiction writer and would love to work on a treatment for this, up and coming Conan the Barbarian Mad Max game you got. I will only put 90% of the cast as furries. It'll be one of those furry worlds where humans also exist, so you could be fine. Like, everybody will love it. Call me. And if somebody watching this knows somebody at Volition, send this link to them so they'll know, A, that I thought Saints Row 2022 was good overall and worth beating, and B, there's something here, and you have all of the gameplay stuff. It's just some assets and some writing and some questing, and like we could even pull a Yakuza and just reuse the character models but put ears on them so they're furries now. Kevin would be a great furry, for example. For those of you that haven't played the game yet, Kevin is a guy who doesn't wear a shirt. So that's cool. And speaking of not wearing a shirt, the most important reason, and I feel bad because this is me speaking completely earnestly and honestly here. The real reason I beat the game is I had a big sad. And there's a lot of stuff that wasn't cheering me up, and by big sad I do mean like I was having a depressive episode. I do suffer from depression. I have, a therapist and things to sort of help me with that. It's a very real thing. It's easier to call it a big sad because it feels less daunting, but I also get for some people, like, naming your enemy, calling it depression is really important. So I'll do that here for a minute. I was really struggling, and one of the things that just made me feel better was Saints Row lets you play as a violent sociopathic gang leader who, if you choose, can be wearing nothing but a jockstrap. And like I said, that just made me feel better. It was great. I loved it. I beat the game. So thank you, Saints Row. You sort of started bringing me back, and that's kind of what you've been there for your entire life. Because if I'm honest, I think 3 and 4 did that to me a little bit too. 1 and 2 were just absolute bangers. 3 and 4 were also okay. I'm gonna stop now in case that hypothetical person from Volition watches this. I think all your games are great. I love all the Ultor Company jokes. I think Red Faction is a fun little game. And please call me and let me work on your up and coming furry Conan the Barbarian Mad Max style game. That's my pitch. Then I went outside and touched some grass. Now, that was really good. It was really nice. The local park has a butterfly garden, and I managed to snap this really cool picture of a monarch butterfly. And it was a very good time. It was very nice. I ran into a man who insisted calling my flip-flops thongs, which I suppose means I was wearing 3 thongs that day. But that's that. It was Pride Weekend, so you gotta do what you gotta do. So I returned to the Weiler Dome after going to the park and being outside, where I began playing a game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a game that Steam has wanted me to buy ever since I bought Mount and Blade Bannerlord. It has been like, you need to play this game. And much like the Tom Scott YouTube video that's like, this video has however many views on it, that YouTube insists that I watch, I tend to resist people and things telling me I have to do something by constantly shoving in my face. But much like that Tom Scott video, I ended up playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, it's another one of those medieval sims, very much like Mount and Blade Bannerlord. It has that sort of medieval sim combat that can be a little difficult to people who haven't played the genre. It's overall a good, fun game. I'm enjoying it. I will say it has, once again, a number of just sort of bugs, graphical issues, and it has like a 3-hour-long prologue that has a lot of forced combat losses, but a lot of combat losses you're also supposed to either win or sort of like run away from, and it's not always clear which, so you kind of find yourself reloading a lot. But the good news is the autosave has you. The autosave has your back, so that's pretty good. I've been enjoying it. It's really fun. I think I wish I had like looked up a little bit about it before starting it, because yesterday I had to type in, is there any downtime? So it's very like Fallout 4, in that it has an open world, but in Fallout 4, the plot is functionally about you trying to find your kidnapped child. So it's hard for me as more of a role-playing kind of player to not just mainline the story quest, but Kingdom Come Deliverance also has some story quests that are sort of time dependent too, before like sort of bad things happen. It's not like you can fail the main story, I don't think. I'll see. But, you'll get in trouble for not, like, being in places, and you'll lose reputation. So I had to, like, Google, like, when's a good time to sort of, like, divert from the story quest, even though it's one of those ones where, like, the character really wouldn't, but clearly I need to do some side quests to get some resources to make some of this easier. I'm having fun, though. And I'll be playing that probably right after I finish this vlog. So that's a soft recommendation from me, if only because it's a genre of game that if you're new to could be frustrating. So if you're not really a medieval sort of combat sim person, check some others out. I think this one actually tends to be one of the cheaper ones, so it might be a good way to get into it. But it does sort of assume familiarity with the genre a little bit, so, you know, just maybe watch some YouTube videos or something. See what's out there. And that does it for this week. I'm going to take a little break from streaming. My day job has gotten busy, and Twitch is starting to get weird, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try to focus on more pre-recorded content, maybe some even scripted content, and, you know, we'll see if that fits my life balance together. This isn't a goodbye to streaming. This is putting a stream schedule together every week isn't really super working with my life structure right now, and that's really the problem. Like, I don't really know when I will be free throughout the whole week, and so this will be better. This will be better. And please look forward to the things I'm kicking out. On YouTube this week, I unfortunately have to cancel my A Link to the Past series. I cannot overcome the recording issues I'm having with my Nintendo Switch, which isn't great. I'm really upset about that, but Nintendo scares me, so I'm not going to be emulating it because I don't want them to hurt me, because Nintendo, I guess, just doesn't want people to have fun playing their games with their friends. So that really bums me out, but that's where we're at. I am happy to announce my next Let's Play series, though. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.